The wave of rave has reached South Africa. These mega dance events have had a rebellious edge overseas, but here in South Africa, they aim to unite people across the cultural divides.
It's the most positive thing that the world has ever known.
It really kicks.
Criticism of the rave scene would say that it's mindless, rich, whitey, drug-induced escapism. React.
I don't see it as a form of escapism, you know, I sort of see it rather as a way of coming to terms with reality, and the whole thing is very positive.
The local rave scene really took off after Johannesburg's Piccadilly event in July last year. The rave sprang a new dance culture on young South Africans.
Graffiti on the wall! Who did that? I did.
The writings on the wall for the future as rave moves from underground events spread by flies and word of mouth to large-scale events like Trance Form, which took over the Standard Bank Arena this year. But what relevance does rave culture have for South Africa?
It makes perfect sense to me that as a young white South African living in a third world country, rather than reject Africa for what it is, I can embrace it, and that is where, you know, the marriage, the fusion between first and third world comes together to actually form a fourth world culture.
The 90s rave phenomenon emerges from the 60s psychedelic movement, which in many ways revolutionized our thinking. Today's rave culture is part of what is called the new edge. On the dance floor, ravers boost their bodies with energy drinks, while elsewhere, they might be switching their minds onto the latest advances of our technological age. As techno group The Shamans say, it's all... New Age thinking is found in publications like Mondo 2000, a magazine which covers things like the latest techno fashions, clothing made of heat and pressure-sensitive materials which change color as you move. Other New Age subjects like virtual reality, computer networking, and neo-tribalism are reflected in rave themes overseas. These elements are combining to build a wave of optimism which hasn't been seen since the psychedelic 60s.
The message is to be happy. Yeah. Be happy, to be alive, to be glad that you're alive and that you're leading a good life.
And you can move to prove it.
And music is life.
Right.
We're still evolving. The advent of digital technology and the birth of new music are enabling us to experiment with sound and dance energy, reaching for new levels of experience. Rave culture reflects new scientific thinking about our relations to the world we live in. On the dance floor, technology provides both light and sound waves, whose pulse creates a space where people replicate the spinning dance of electrons in the void. It is here that concepts such as shamanic trance states and cyberspace combine in a creative dance culture. The science fiction genre of cyberpunk gave us new visions of a technological future. Rave culture shows that future is almost here.